Welcome. I'm Bev Adams. I own an independent paper crafting business showcasing products from Stampin' Up. I use products from Stampin' Up to make this fun good luck card. I plan to show this video on St. Patrick's Day, so wishing you good luck. I sell the products I used in this video and also a few items to make crafting more convenient. I have the free detailed directions for this project on my website. You'll see where to find my website at the end of this video. So don't worry about taking notes. It's time to put stamps, ink, and paper together. I used Sentimental Swirls, which is a really fun stamp set, and just about all of the images have a two-step, so you can stamp the outline of the bird and then fill it in. So most of these images have a little matching pair that you can color in without having to color it in by hand. It's also got some great basic verses or sentiments. Happy birthday, thank you, hello, and for you. Because I wanted to make a St. Patrick's Day card though, I wanted good luck. And so I used my Evernote notebook to search what I had, and I found Art Gallery has a good luck stamp, so I'm using that one. But this card would look great as a birthday card or a thank you card. So the sentiments that come with Sentimental Swirls would be great for a card too. I'm using primarily the Brights Stampin' Write markers. I'm using rainbow colors, so I am using the Poppy Parade, Mango Melody, Daffodil Delight, Granny Apple Green, Pacific Point, and Highland Heather. I put a Stampin' Spritzer on my list, and you can fill this with either water or alcohol, up to you. You could totally use the markers for all of your stamping, but you may also want the Pacific Point and the Granny Apple Green stamp pad. And Wink of Stella. My cardstock is Granny Apple Green, standard 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. 2 pieces of basic white, one of them my most often used layer, which is 5 1/4 by 4. This one's going to be for the inside. And for the front, I'm going to use some of this wonderful mother of pearl specialty paper, and this is 5 1/4 by 4. Isn't this beautiful? It's really smooth, and all of the glimmer is under some sort of layer, but it's really beautiful and sparkly. And so I have a piece of basic white that's 1/4 of an inch smaller, so this piece is 3 3/4 by 5. I can start off by adhering the pearlescent paper on my card front. And it feels like a shame to waste this. You could certainly punch a shape out of the inside of this, because we're really only going to show the very border of this. On the large piece that will go on the inside, I'm going to stamp in Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to stamp these two. They're probably supposed to be flowers, but I'm using them as leaves. I'm going to stamp the outline in full strength Granny Apple Green. And then I'm going to fill it in by inking and then stamping off on scratch paper and stamping there. If I could get my head right over that, I'd be able to get it exactly in the right place. Even with the camera where my head should be, it's just fine. It does not need to be perfect, so don't let that worry you. On the smaller piece, I want to go ahead and stamp my good luck. True confession, I wanted to stamp this, but I got a little bit of extra ink, and so I stamped these other 2 pieces here to kind of cover up my oopsie. Right now I'm going to just stamp the good luck to save a space for that here. And then I will wait to find out where I want to put that big 4-petal flower. I'm going to be doing my inking of my big stamp by using the markers. So I'm putting my card out so I can see it. And I think I said that this is Highland Heather. This is actually Gorgeous Grape. And this is going to be the smallest end. When you use the markers, it's going to kind of leave brush tips, brush marks on there. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with that. So I'm coloring up to this first curl. And I should also mention that I'm using the brush tip. This has 2 ends, the wide line, and there's actually a picture of your brush tip. And then the other end is, I call it a bullet tip, but it's also just a fine tip. I use this mainly for writing. And so I am using the brush tip on the side. Next I'm going to be using Pacific Point and going around, and I'm just coloring using the very side of the brush tip, almost laying it flat, and just coloring the top of the stamp. And then Granny Apple Green, and this one doesn't show up as much. These loops. If you decide to do different order or different sections, it's totally fine. Coloring with Daffodil Delight. Mango Melody. Goes around this curve. And I'm kind of coloring on the side there. My plan is to have part of this line be the Mango Melody and part the red Poppy Parade. So with Poppy Parade, I'm doing the big part of the swirl. And this is really wide here, so I'm just kind of coloring side of it here. You could certainly use the spritzer here, but I'm using what I have on my desk all the time. And I love using this as a spritzer because it also smells very pretty. Just a light misting, although that's probably heavier than I would want to. And then stamping here. And this will give kind of a watercolory look to it, which I like very much. I'm going to stamp this with Pacific Point. Again, you could totally use the markers if you want, but it's easier for me to stamp with the stamp pad. So I'm setting the bird on top. And this is a dark color, so I'm actually going to stamp off 2 times. And then I get to decide where I'm going to put the 4-leaf clover. I think I will put it over here by the Good Luck. Again, stamping full strength and stamping off with the fill. Just damping off one time. And this is really pretty as it is, but I'm going to add a wink of Stella. I'm just barely tapping so I can keep a small tip and just kind of following along the line. It will pick up a little bit of that ink, and so it may blend my colors a little bit, and again, I'm okay with that. A wink of Stella just is a really fine sparkle. Sometimes it does not show up well on the camera. And maybe I'll put some on this four-leaf clover too. Can you see the sparkle? Adhere this to the card front. And adhere the inside. A fun card with some sparkles. Happy St. Patrick's Day. Here is the web address for this project, where you'll find the free directions and links for the products I used. You can click individual products or the Add All to the cart. You will be able to remove products you don't need or add more products. I have lots of resources on my website. Most of them are free. It's easy to miss some of those resources or to get lost exploring. Let me take you on a quick tour. Just under the banner image are 6 links. Under Shop, you'll find links to the products from Bev, shopping strategies, my frequent shopping points, and a sampling from the clearance rack. Under Inspiration, you can link to scroll all of my projects since 2011. The products may be retired, but you may be inspired by a layout, color combination, or a technique. I have the basics, where I've written about stamps, ink and paper, cutting, adhesives, and my favorite tools. You'll find a link to Techie Tips and an easy link back to my latest post. Click on Getting Organized, and you'll find some of my resources for stamp case slips, product labels, large labels for designer series paper, and more. Case inserts for dies, embellishments, and anything I think might fit in a stamp case, including ink refills. You'll also find color tools and charts, a practically free stamp pad storage solution, tabs and a quick reference for the annual catalog, and plans for toolkits. I have a video of my craft wall and more. Click on Evernote Current Products and you can learn how to share my notebook. This notebook has a note for every current product from Stampin' Up! It allows you to search by color, image, product type, word, phrase, or event, and more. I include French, German, and Dutch names and numbers when available, and the prices for all the markets. Evernote synchronizes on your phone, tablet, and or your desktop or laptop computer, so you can look through the Stampin' Up! Catalog from anywhere, anytime. You can copy my notes for the products you own so you can find just what you're looking for. When products retire, I move them to the Retired Products Notebook, which I also share, and I host a notebook for Paper Pumpkin. Click on Sip Together and then Let's Stamp to come stamp with me or join my Sip Together team. There's also a link to learn a bit about me. The sitemap will help you navigate all these links from one page. And there are quick links along the side of my page. Shop Now takes you to my online store at Stampin' Up! You'll see the current host code. It would be a great help to me if you use that if you are ordering less than $150. You can click on the current catalogs to page through them online. And I've got a link to a color lab to get color combinations. And then there are my links to my 5 most recent posts. Thank you very much for stopping by and hope to see you soon.